is we have Munish and Angelina, and we'll ask them to share their journey as parents. Um, and then we have Ansh and Radhika, and they can then share their journey of open learning. So we can do it and once they both all four of them have shared their journey, then we can have question and answers, questions from you, and so we'll stick to the questions after they've finished sharing. So please hold on to your questions, make a note of them. Even if you want, make a note of them in the chat, but don't press the enter button. Just wait till they finish sharing, and then we can take on your questions. And we hope to understand and explore how they have been doing their journey. Okay, so yeah, okay, so very warm welcome to the whole family. I am always so excited to interact with you all, and it's been personally a treasure to know all four of you, each very different, but each a treasure in the treasure box. and I'm hence super excited to listen to you both. First Munish and Angelina, and then Ansh and Radhika. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ratnesh. Thank you very much, for inviting us and giving us this opportunity to share. So we hope, in case it can inspire somebody else, and in case we can add little value to somebody else's life, we'll be much grateful. So I am Munish.
Hi. I'm Angelina.
And I have my own business of laboratory instruments in Lucknow. And in my business, I get an opportunity to interact with geologists in India. They're all the underwood people who are digging deep down the earth and excavating minerals. So I enjoy my business, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Angelina. I'm a homemaker, and I just love doing yoga, and I teach yoga also. So today we are here to share our journey of homeschooling our children. Actually, the journey started quite long back when our kids were very young. From the beginning, we started questioning this system. So we were always confused what to do. There was not clarity in our mind. Okay, how should we go about it? Then one day, Munish.
So what began as unschooling has become a beautiful life journey. So just to share with a few glimpses of our life, I would like to show a brief video. Can you help me? 8 minutes. A video around 2 minutes. Just to give you a glimpse of our daily activities, what we do.
जिसमें से एक मॉडर्न है ठीक है मटर और सीड्स सूखी हुई है हाँ ये है मेरे पास
अब कोई भी एक्शन इसका सर हिलाना है तो हम उस उंगली से हिला सकते हैं। ये दोनों उंगलियां जो हैं ये
नहीं आज हस्बैंड वाइफ की
Yeah, so that was a brief glimpse about her life. So uh, I would like to share like how we get into all this, like how I started question. So it's long time back, like when the kids were too small, like so.
We were never happy actually. We were not sure why we are sending them to school. The content was not up to the mark according to us, and both the kids have different capabilities, but the criteria of the school was just the same. So we were never happy. But clarity was not there in our mind what to do, what to do. So one day Munish,
So yeah, so actually we were not happy with what it was going on, but we were not even sure what to do. अब करना क्या है, we were not aware. So we were wondering. At that time they were like they should be in class 1. So like the pre-primary and class 1 they have been to a regular school, but that was all we were even wondering what to do. So one fortunate day in Lucknow, so I was reading a newspaper and I read one word parenting Bangalore. So when I think it would be new to many. So when I read the word parenting Bangalore, that was in an edition supplement to a newspaper. So I just researched more about it on Google. So and I found something like Genie Kids associated with it. So I immediately called up Genie Kids, and so what I was informed is like they have some workshops like Jagriti. So, but I was very fast in that actually. So the moment I came to know there's one parenting workshop that is going to be held in Bangalore, I immediately took a train and I went to Bangalore. So, and they were going to school, but like I went to Bangalore and I attended the Jagriti workshop. That was in Genie Kids, like long time back. I think around 8-9 years back, 9-10 years back. So, but in that workshop was very quite helpful for me as a parent. So as a parent also, even it was helpful me for myself also. So like I got to know like more about my kids, about their different needs, about the empowerment, like and about myself.
it gave clarity actually. This was just like a point where things were getting a bit clearer to us, how things should be taken forward. So one day, we came to know about this summer camp being held up in ROEO campus. Then we planned, let's send our children to ROE for summer camp. For summer camp,
Like 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
They were around 8 years old then. So in summer vacations, they went to ROE. They just had a glimpse of the community life and how to live together without parents, not in a protective environment. It was very new for us and them also.
I think the avenues are opening for us now.
Yeah.
So like from Jagriti parenting workshop to getting to know like there are more parents, there are many parents who are not sending their child to school, and so it was like little bit day by day we were getting little more options. We were getting more clarity. So and I think that one day we decided, okay, let's stop the school.
Yeah.
And then they visited I think Arohi for 1 year.
Yeah. No, before that, the ROE children came to our place.
Yeah, Arohi kids came to our place for a journey. Yeah.
For a journey.
But then they went.
Yeah. Then they went to ROE. We decided let us once after summer vacations, Ansh said, I don't want to continue with the school. I'm not happy with the school. It was he initiated actually. Somehow he pushed us. I don't want to continue with the school. So we decided. He only said, let us try ROE. Then Radhika and Ansh and I, three of us went to Bangalore, and we decided let us just try ROE for a week or a month. Let's see how kids adjust there and how they learn and are they comfortable there or not, and then we'll decide. So this is how our journey started actually.
But again, staying at Arohi campus for 1 year.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about my journey actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, the more pathways were there. More we were connecting to more and more parents about that, and even kids were getting more options. They also enjoyed their journey at Arohi. But again, after some time, we were feeling that gap. Like kids were not with us in
We were
Lucknow.
very far. We were very far from kids. It was first time they were away from us. After 1 year, we decided no. Now let the kids come back to Lucknow.
Yeah.
So they came back to us in Lucknow, and we asked kids, what do you want now? They said, we'll try to go, we'll opt to go in a regular school.
School, yeah.
So in class 5, they went to a school in Lucknow.
But they were admitted without documents.
Yeah, they were admitted without documents. They just, because we didn't had any just school living certificate or anything like that. They just gave an entrance exam. They cleared that, and they were in class 5. And they enjoyed the school. It was not like that. They enjoyed the company actually. They enjoyed the company in the school, the masti, whatever they did in the school, a bit of study also. They were happy. They were okay. But then after exams, again, Radhika said, no, I don't want to continue with the school. And Ansh also, okay, let us give a break again. And in all of the journey, the kids were deciding. We were just backing their decision. Kids were deciding what to do and what not to do. But they said we want to go to ROE, they went. Then they said we want to go to school, we said okay. Now then they said no, again let us try for one more year, this unschooling and homeschooling. Then we did that.
Yeah, but now at this time I think we were also more clear now.
We were clear.
So we were taking life is giving us opportunities to learn.
Yeah.
So our daily day-to-day activities was giving us ample opportunities to learn.
Yeah.
And we also inculcated a habit of traveling, a long time, traveling for 2 weeks.
Yeah, because kids were not going to school. We had lots of time with us. So now the question was what to do, because after class 5 they were not doing homeschooling. They were into unschooling. They were not reading. They were not studying books. So we thought as a family we discussed what to do. So we thought let us plan our 1 year. Like we'll do some traveling and let us see where we can engage ourselves. Let us see our interests. So we chose traveling, and we chose music, and we chose bit of farming also. Yeah. Because when the kids were in Arohi, they used to do farming and like these things. So they were quite interested in that, and we were also opening up. We were also learning new things like organic farming and things like that. So we were very curious. Let us try these things at home also. We started with a scratch. We were not even aware of this farming and growing things at our home. Nothing was known to us. Slowly, we started with traveling together, and
they were more inclusive in our life.
Yeah.
And now, instead of being parents and kids, we were a family of 4.
Yes.
So there was no. I think that gap between adult and child was now we were all same actually.
Yeah, and we started discussing our problems with each other. It was not like parent and child. It was more like now we were able to just share our problem with our kids also. It was like that also, because in this time we were able to connect with our children. We were able to share anything.
Then we connected with Shikshantar, no? We went to Shikshantar, then this Learning Societies Conference,
yes.
Then another homeschooling parents in Bangalore. So I think,
and lots of unschoolers and homeschoolers, they started visiting also.
Yes.
Us. Lots of people visited our place in that year. We got to know more about lots of people, what people are doing. It was this unschool year was very evolving for us, because we learned a lot in that. Not even kids, we also learned. We also learned a lot of things.
Yeah, I think it was more about, we were also aware parents, parenting, interacting with kids day to day. Even he started going to my office with me and asking, questioning, suggesting me in my office, studying finance, my business marketing, more about rocks.
And food also. For our kids and us also, food was a very big barrier. We were total into junk food and all that. Now we try to understand ourselves and our body and our needs than our tongue. Somehow we changed our eating habits also.
It's like a watchful living. So we began we were more watchful of our even day-to-day activities.
Yes.
Eating, going, traveling.
And during that time, I also learned or what I discovered about this yoga thing. I used to do yoga when I was in school and all that. Then I left everything. But in during that time, I thought, I don't know from where the things came out. Then I went for a TDC for yoga. I became a yoga teacher. That time was also a very beautiful time for me. I learned a lot about me, my body. Um, it was very nice for me and
Yeah,
kids
I think
also.
Radhika started stitching. No?
Yeah, yeah,
She joined USA school.
yeah. And
Where she decided like we stitch our own clothes.
let them tell them about their thing. Let us share our thing. What I feel like. Let the kids come and share about.
So you would like to continue?
So, so here now Ansh and Radhika now they'll be sharing what they did and their journey.
Come, please.
So, hello everyone. My name is Radhika.
My name is Ansh.
And we are 14 years old. We are twins. And so, Ansh is attending normal school these days, this year. And I'm still a homeschooler, learning practically.
And I have been going to school since the past year. Highway was homeschooled for 6th and 7th grade. And in the 8th standard, I joined the school. And in the 4th standard, and also before that, I was homeschooled. And in 5th, I think we joined school. Right? In
Yes,
5th,
we joined a conventional school. It was just a year after Arohi. We also wanted to get an idea about how a normal school and a conventional school works, so that we get an option. And our parents gave us the option to decide and the freedom to decide which path we want to choose. So we joined a normal school to get an idea about both the paths, which paths to join. So after 5th, we both decided to quit
I
school.
think we can share about 4th first, and then we can
Yeah, so like in 4th, we went to Arohi
for an year.
where we had no idea what homeschooling is about. We have no idea what unschooling is about. And we weren't that mature enough to understand what's going around us. All we did was live. That's all we did at Arohi. We explored different interests. We got to know ourselves there, and we also got to know how life, without your parents or like out of your comfort zone works. So it was a little difficult to adapt
And
the
it was a
environment.
wonderful experience for us, like a
Definitely.
1 year experience without our parents.
It was also a different experience, an amazing experience living at Arohi, and getting a different perspective towards learning. So we lived there for a year, where I got introduced to trekking. I got introduced to outdoor trips, and then I got to know how to actually stand up for myself, and I have my own voice, and I need to talk. That's all I got to know, and maybe to travel, and I got introduced to whole different things that exist in the world.
Like we did movie making with two Russian girls in Aro.
Yeah,
We did carpentry.
movie making,
We did
carpentry.
we made a geodesic dome.
Yes, and the biggest challenge for us to live was food. So we are not like earlier. We used to always go by our tongue. We never, we all we knew was whatever suits, whatever we used to always satisfy our taste buds. But here at Arohi, it wasn't that. You have to actually eat so that it's healthy and stuff. So it was really difficult. But now that helped us to actually get out of a comfort zone and survive the world. So here at ROV was full of ups and downs, and we made so many memories, we made so many friends. So it was nice.
I can show you some of the photos from our ROV also, and photos. Yeah.
We'll show you some. Like we were scared of dogs, and that's when in ROV here you can see a picture of us playing with the dogs. That's where we got actually got used to of being around nature.
And
This is us playing with dogs.
and these are some photos.
This is me.
And right now we are. I think these are the photos of the past few days.
Yes, so I would like to share like after Arohi, how was it? So after like talking about going to school, normal school, and you can share how we got.
So, normal school after Arohi, when it was for fourth grade, we wanted to go in school in fifth grade. So, I think we came back in January, which like in January. So, from January to March, me and Radhika for 2 months, we studied like maths, science, and English because these were the three requirements which were being asked in our
For an
entrance test.
entrance test, yes.
So first we prepared for these, and the school usually asked us for a certificate, like TC in the fourth standard. So we didn't have that, and we told them what we have done. And in for an exception for the certificate, we had some of our photos doing.
The work we have done at Arohi. So we had printed out those pictures and compiled all the pictures about the work we have done at Arohi, movie making, traveling, filming, and that's what we showed them, and that's how we got into a normal school. And talking about life in a normal school, it was also good. It was fun. I wouldn't say it wasn't fun, but it was really fun. I made friends, and I made there I actually got to experience. Yes, we have shown it.
Okay, so after fifth standard, in the sixth and seventh standard, we went, we planned to do homeschooling or unschooling. So in those 2 years, we traveled, we studied, we read books, and we did all sorts of things.
So here we can show you some of the pictures of the work we have done.
And I think I can see that. So Radhika usually does stitching. So she made this, I think yesterday she made this skirt for her. What is this?
This is a plaza for myself. So here in these years I learned how to do stitching, and then
This is a photo of our house where we are plucking fresh guavas from our tree. And this rainy season, we got, I think, about 5 to 6 kgs of guava every day. And these are the pictures of Arohi. I think I just showed you that. And on our terrace, we have a tent. So in winters or when it's rainy outside, we come in our tent to just have a feel, sleep, and
this is our kitchen garden. We had actually done farming here. We are doing farming here. So every year, twice a time, we harvest and plant. So this is the picture of our farm. And so traveling has always been a major part of our journey. And from traveling to different states of India to countries, I went to Kerala, I went to Bhutan, I went to Singapore, I went to Japan, I went to Uttarakhand for trekking. So, and why, like when it comes to why was I traveling, then why did I go to Kerala was because I am passionate about painting. And from painting to different mediums like walls, from canvases. So there, and then I experienced in Kerala, I learned mural painting, the traditional mural painting of Kerala. And I went there for 14 days. And then for Japan, I went to, explore the culture of Japan. And then we went to Nagpur, and that's when we learned pop art, which we both, the painting, contemporary painting, which we're doing these days. We learned pop art there, and then
so I think we will stop the photos, and I think we'll share. Okay, so me and Radhika, like for the 2 years, we have a goal. So this year, what we have to work on. So in the seventh standard, we had a goal to work on music. That was our passion. Me and Radhika were working on music. That means we used to play guitar or piano or synthesizer for 5 to 6 hours a day. So in the seventh standard, I used to play guitar, and Radhika used to pursue synthesizer. So in those like in 365 days, which we call in a year, me and Radhika like worked on music, and that was the main focus. And on the side, me and Radhika used to go for trekking, skiing, and all the other workshops which we used to conduct. So, as you know, Holi is a great festival which is celebrated in North India. I think also in South India, but not that much. So, me and Radhika had an thought of
Our project was that we wanted to create a change. So our point was that we didn't like it when people used to celebrate Holi with colors full of chemicals. So what we decided that we went to an institute called NBRI in India in Lucknow. There we actually got a training, like how not a training, we just went there and saw that how do these government institutes make holy colors from natural, things like around our nature, like from leaves, from flowers. So that's where we learned, and then that's when we decided that we have actually got the knowledge. Now we should spread it, and our main focus was to make people aware about this thing, and also to improve our public speaking skills, because it's not easy to go out and talk to a lot of people.
Yeah, so me and Radhika, to start off, we went to government schools in Lucknow and outside Lucknow also. And we also went in some private schools in Lucknow, which like Millennium School, Lamatner, and all these schools. So it was a great experience for us going there, teaching people. And it was really tough for me that I have to convey my message in a precise manner and it required a lot of teamwork for me and Radhika because
Because it's not easy to actually convey your message very clearly. So we had to be a team and together convey our message clearly. And secondly, this is one of the activities which we did in that season. And secondly, Ansh then started playing badminton.
yeah, so I used to play badminton. So there's a academy here, BBD. So like there we have international matches of Sahan and Neval and all. So I used to go there, play there, and in the night also I used to play in my park. We have a badminton proper court there, and a lot of people used to come there. So I used to focus on my fitness, my badminton skills, and and after joining school also I was selected in my college team, which my friends told that normally no, not many people get selected in, and we played district championships and interstate championships, and yes, I think.
Yeah, and then he started baking. I started stitching. So I stitched a lot of clothes for myself and others around me. And then he started baking.
I think we are done, and we can just have some questions.
But how many hours do you guys sleep? So that is the question. I think these kids sleep a lot, and we do give them an opportunity to sleep a lot. So like you've shown all the good things. So now what all things the parent should be, as a parent we are worried, no? Yeah. So both of them, I think both of them sleep a lot, and our understanding is like we also let them sleep a lot. Yeah. We also let them sleep a lot. So maybe they have their own body needs and things, but yes.
Questions?
Yeah. So I think.
Thanks all of you. And before we open to questions, I want if Ansh and Radhika one by one, if you can share what are you doing right now, as in the last 6-8 months. Ansh, you have joined the school, so what were your reasons to joining back the school? And Radhika, what have you been exploring in the last 6-8 months? Forget the virus, lockdown, all of that's not so important. But overall, as a person, what all are you into?
Right. So I will start with myself. So these days I am currently focusing on, I was reading a lot. I'm reading a lot these days about different, first of all, I was reading a lot of autobiographies last month, but this month I've started with reading fiction books. So the main part of my day goes into reading. And then I'm stitching. Like I said, I stitched a plazo yesterday for myself. I'm stitching and I'm reading. So that's what because last week we were also reading a little bit of geography from a books, textbooks, like a little bit of, and while reading, studying, I mean, we were watching videos on YouTube and reading about geography, how the earth is under
The core.
the core and the crust, and we were reading about geography, and yeah, I'm reading.
So for the past 6 months, I can just start by saying why did I join school? So my main reason was that I'm not utilizing my time as I should be utilizing it. I thought I am sleeping a lot. I thought I am wasting my time. No, not wasting my time, but I'm not able to use my time that much as I can use it by going to school. I needed a timetable for myself. Getting up at this time, going there, having that specific work, and coming back. So I thought I wanted to go to school. So it was in the 8th standard when I thought that I want to go to school. I want to go to the school. So okay. So I had started preparing for the entrance exam, science, maths, English.
Share what you were doing these days.
And so the preparation went well and I got into the school. So and in this time, like in these days, I was painting my room like yesterday. I think I finished painting my room yesterday. And I painted my room. I studied geography because I have to finish my 9th course as I am in the school. So I get modules about like geography, science, chemistry and all. So I have been focusing a bit on studies. And for a few days I have been focusing on guitar, and I think I can play some songs after like yeah. And in guitar, like as I was also pursuing it in the 7th standard, now I was focusing on finger style. So it was new for me. So finger style was a new like type method of playing guitar. So I focused on that. And in evenings, I used to go to play table tennis at my bua's house or aunt's house. And I used to also bake. Now, like I'm baking breads and cakes and donuts in the lockdown. And I think 2 दिन पहले I made rasgulle also, but they didn't turn out well. तब भी खा लिए, no problem. And yeah, I think.
Okay, so we now know, Ansh, whenever you are next in Arohi, what all we can get you to bake for us, including rasgullas. Okay, so now over to the guests in this webinar. Would you like to, whatever questions you have, please use chat and feel free to ask questions to any one of them. Right now, please don't ask questions about Arohi, but more to them, their questions. If you have questions about Arohi, then you can ask me those questions at 4 o'clock. So till 4 o'clock, let's listen to, let's interact with 4 of them. Yeah. So while we wait for people to ask questions, Angelina and Munish, would you? Okay, we've got a question. So meanwhile, my question to both of you, which you can keep in mind, is how are you looking at the kids now? I'm not saying it has changed, but whatever is your current thought process as parents, now they are wherever they are, what one is going to school, one is, so what is your thought process is one of my questions, but we can come to that later. Let's take the guests' questions first. So Mala is asking, Ansh, are you learning guitar from a teacher or YouTube? And to Radhika, how do you learn stitching?
Okay, so learning guitar. So when I was homeschooled, I was learning from a teacher. I used to go there and learn. And nowadays, I'm learning from YouTube as we cannot go outside. And I'm using Skillshare. It's a great website. I have a 2 months free trial, so I use that. And I think I'm learning from a teacher called Edward Ong. He's from Malaysia, and I'm not seeing his lessons, but he tells basic about finger style, how you can start finger style, and yeah.
Basically, exploring from different online platforms he's learning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have learned stitching last year from there's Usha sewing schools around Lucknow and around India also. So I did a 1-year course from that school where I learned. I didn't learn designing, but I learned stitching. And I've started, exploring sketching right now so that I can design my own dresses. But I learned stitching from my teacher in Usha Sewing School about, teaching different kurtas, different pants, different plazos, frocks, skirts. So yeah, I learned from a teacher at Usha Sewing School.
Okay. And another question Seema is asking is, does homeschooling means to stay at home and do things or to join organization like Arohi?
How do you?
Yeah, we'll come to Shruti's question next. So, Munish, Angelina, would you like to respond to that? How do you look? What does this homeschooling, unschooling means to you? Now that you
Yeah,
have
I
been
think
doing that for so
that's a matter of personal choice. So, but yeah, in case initially somebody is not clear with it, so I think joining Arohi would surely help because that's going to broaden your vision like anything. And maybe then you can continue with Arohi, you can continue with your own
join
routes.
the organization now, like that, you get the like-minded people, you get the ideas also. You get to meet people, you get to get the idea how people are doing. If you have any doubts, your doubts are also clear. Once you start with the homeschooling, many a time even we were not clear.
Yeah, even it helps with the commenting. So
Yeah.
I think initially it helps.
It helps.
Surely help, and I would take a call like, yes, you should join Arohi. Initially, yes.
Arohi or any organization,
Any
organization you can join. It will help you to just make things clearer. It will just clear your doubts.
Yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
yes for me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So I think that yes and no is a good answer because there isn't really one answer, as you very rightly said. It's more up to each individual and where you need.
Yes.
What I want to reassure people is that wherever you need help, there are enough people to guide you, to mentor you.
Yeah.
Not just Arohi, the homes unschooling fraternity is such everybody, like how Munish and Angelina and Ansh and Radhika have been hosting so many people. So like there is so much of warmth and openness in this overall community. I'm not just talking about Arohi. Yeah. Okay. So Surabhi has a question that how do you motivate yourself on days when you get lazy?
Yeah. That was the problem. That was the problem which Ansh was facing actually. He used to be lazy, like organizing his day. That's why he chose for that. Let me go to school. I'm not able to organize my day or sometime.
But I think even being lazy is okay.
Okay, yeah.
So he felt like he is not organizing time.
Yeah.
But as a parent, I felt like he was organizing time. So, but I went with him actually. For being lazy or being motivated, like that's a personal choice. So I would not label anybody as lazy. So I think sitting just like anything, not doing anything, and it's perfectly okay for me. Yeah. So it's like just go with the flow of the life. You feel like sleeping, you can sleep. You feel like doing anything, but let it come out of you actually. So you take that space to you decide for yourself actually, and let's not get into these labels of being lazy. So for me, it's all okay.
So awesome to hear that. Yeah. Sorry, Radhika, we can't hear you.
That basically means if you are feeling lazy, you can be lazy.
Awesome.
There might be days when you get.
Yeah, most people realize this much later, but if you are thinking of it right now, it's amazing. Yeah, to let life
It's
flow out.
difficult, I think, but that's a journey. Yeah, it's very difficult. It's a process.
Yeah, this whole thing about open learning is about letting learning flow out of you, as Munish and Radhika are saying, or as all of you are saying, let it flow out of you, let the life flow out of you, and not be governed by some outside structures. Amazing. Okay.
And even I would like to add, like, it's not like We are very clear from the beginning, and still now, even now, like, okay, homeschooling is the path. No, as a parent, I'm worried. It's very difficult for me to accept open learning even now. So, but we have chosen to remain with that doubts. Only thing is, like, we have that doubts.
And we are happy
still
with
wonder.
the result, actually.
Yeah.
We have doubts, but we are very happy with the result also. Because when we see our kids growing the way they are, we are quite satisfied, for sure. Because whatever they do, I think they do it with full 100% devotion they do. So I'm quite happy with that.
And just to answer your question, like, what are my thoughts now, actually? So, actually, now we are free. So, we feel like now we are free. So, as a parent, like, we have exposed them to both the paths, like a structured path and an open path. So, now, at least, it's up to them. Like, now, they want to go to school, they can go. They don't want to go to school, they don't want to go. As a mentors, we are always there. But that choice has to come through them. Like, so whatever, so we are not fearful about them. We are not even loving their path. So it's like we are okay with whatever they choose. So like he's going to school, she's not. So I'm okay both ways. So it's their choice now. So my responsibility, I don't think like we are there, but not in their like decision making. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. I think you guys have defined open learning so beautifully, right? Without defining it, you have just put it forward to all of us that yes, this is what is open learning. Because it is not about being sure, but it's about it coming out of us and we enjoying even the unsurety of it. Thank you. That is so amazing.
So we are tasting sugar and salt simultaneously.
Yes, yes. Okay, Anshul Khare is asking a question to Ansh and Radhika. He's saying, do you find it different or hard to socialize with other school-going kids? In other words, do you find any noticeable difference between how you think and how other kids think?
Yeah, so first question, like, do I find it hard to socialize with the school going kids? No, I don't find it hard to socialize, but yeah, I definitely feel that we have a different way of thinking. If you would be given a situation, there would be the kid would think differently, and I would think differently. So I think we would definitely think differently, but it's not hard for me to socialize with the children.
For me, it was not like, as I'm a school going child now, so it is not a thing for me, like it's hard for me to get socialized with people. But in noticeable difference, I have never thought about that, and I don't know about that actually. कि मेरे को कभी लगा नहीं कि I thought कि हमारे उनमें कोई difference है, लेकिन बहुत चीजों में है कि पढ़ाई में जब मतलब like whenever in the class feel sometimes, but I don't know what is different. Not sure.
Would you like to add anything, Angelina and Munish?
Socializing part, what I feel like my kids have loads of friends. They are open to, after staying at home, they have become more open. Now they talk to strangers also, and they don't have friends of their own age. Not of the only their own age. They have friends of the. They can be friends to people who are elder to them, or the people who are younger to them. So I think socializing part is like they have lots of friends and they socialize very easily.
And even like regarding not, I'm not labeling them, but as of now, like they both are like extroverts, so they enjoy socializing. So I think then it's not because of schooling or unschooling. It is, I think, it is out of their nature.
Maybe.
Even like when they were going to school, they had friends, and like they are twins, so like we have a lot of girls into our house, a lot of boys into our house. So it's a big peer group, and even the socializing person is like they don't have any trouble.
No problem.
It's just because of the nature, like even like
whatever.
So do you notice any difference between how they think and how other children think? That's the second part of the question. Is there any noticeable difference between how these two think and how other children think?
Shayad, yes. Up to an extent, a school-going child, generally, if you ask a question, uh, if a problem is given, I should say that way, they'll say, no, this is very difficult to do. But a child who has been doing open learning or unschooled, then they'll give it a try. Let's try it in a different way. They'll go by the path given to them, the school child. But the unschooled child will do it in a different way, or they'll say, yes, do it. Let us do it. They won't say, no, this job is not of my age, I won't do this. They won't say that way. Generally, when we invite children's friend to do some activity like farming or things like that, sometimes his friends say, no, this is not a job. But art is our open.
Painting thing that Ansh did in his room by himself, he didn't need labor.
Yeah, I guess it's a question of when every day of your life is your initiative, then you just the taking initiative just becomes a part of you because every day is your initiative. Nobody
Yes.
else is going to drive it. Right? And I think
Yes.
Leela is reminding how Radhika had taken initiative for our bus library. Ansh had totally driven the auction part of it. That was a
Yes.
wonderful time where we
Right.
bring
Yes.
us in
Yes.
auction with both of them being so involved in that. Yeah, Leela has reminded me of that journey, that festival. Okay. Any more questions from any one of you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anshul has asked one more question. Since Ansh and Radhika's time is spent on pursuing activity chosen by them, is that their peer group is different from their age group?
No, it's not different. In stitching, yes, it was. In stitching, when I was going to my swimming school, girls usually my age don't go. They like if I tell my friend I stitch, it's really really an old thing for them. Like who stitches? You can just go buy yourself clothes. So nobody really my age goes to stitching. But in my swimming school, there were three aunties with me. One had two children, and one was in college, and other one was also married. So they were already, really elder than me. I didn't find any girl my age, or I still don't know any girl my age who knows how to stitch. So yes, I in stitching I didn't have, but they were still my friends. We used to talk. So I do call them my friends. But right now here, I do have friends only my age. But like when I go to play badminton in my colony, there are some people who are 16, some are 22. So I do have, some are retired. And so we do have a diverse group.
Yeah, Ansh wants to add something.
About the peer group. So yeah, okay. So when I went for the baking course in Lucknow with the Master Chef of India, so I had I think 20 people in my group, and they were all aunties. So I had no boy or no uncle there, and all aunties were I think above 40 or above 50. So they were all shocked to see me. Why am I here? What is my job doing here? So everyone was like shocked. Why? Yeah, did your parents send you there or what? I told them I wanted to join, I wanted to learn. So yeah, I think he's right that the pursuing activities choosing by us makes a peer group of different age groups. Yeah.
How was that experience? I'm just curious.
How was that experience? मतलब कोई bonding से नहीं होती उनके साथ. उनको लगता है कि वो आंटी है तो ढंग से बात करनी है.
I would also like to add to this.
Yeah,
So-
Ansh, but a little more from you. So how you used to feel there? You were the only kid around, aunties there. So how you used to feel and
How you
and also
मतलब
how now you look back at that experience?
तो look back at that experience. तो पहले तो वो था कि it was 2 weeks. मतलब एक week में दो बार था वो classes, Saturday Sunday. So the experience was great. थोड़ी दीदीज थी जो मतलब जो मेरे को जानने लग गई थी, तो I would talk to them a bit. But it was still like वो आंटी हैं, वो वहाँ जा रही हैं, ये है वो है. तो it was great. मतलब आप उनसे अच्छे से बात करनी जरूरी है. मतलब ये नहीं है कि दोस्त अच्छा तू आ गया, ये नहीं आया, वो नहीं आया. So like it's not like that. वो है auntie, hello auntie, namaste auntie. It's like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
Munish.
little, I would like to add, like when I went to attend Jagriti course, like long time back. So in my batch, like Ratnesh was there, I was there, and there were 9 ladies actually. So I was worried, yeah, ये मैं कहाँ आ गया? Like parenting, like considered to be like a female domain, no? So, but again, I thought like this is an opportunity also, no? And it was one of my best times actually, that workshop. Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing to interact with Munish, who had just suddenly out of the blue traveled all the way from Lucknow and just.
Yeah. Even for me, I was worried, but fortunately, see, I'm lucky. So it's all went well. So just let go of your fears and everything is fine.
Yeah, yeah, that's an awesome memory you have re-brought for me alive way back, many years back. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Long time back.
Okay, Bhavika is asking, is it difficult to join school back if once the child is unschooled? Like the school authorities, are they open to take the child back?
So as a parent, I would like to answer. So for in case, see, in case you ask me, it's not difficult because he has done it. So it's like it may be difficult, it may not be difficult.
But in our case,
It was
wasn't
easy.
difficult.
It wasn't difficult. It's a matter of choice and it's a matter of your luck.
Yeah.
There's no standard rule for it.
Maybe the way you present, the way the child presents himself in front of the school or whatever, the school finds the child.
So in case like these are not many schools, they are coming up now.
Yeah.
So it's also like a, I would not say it's like a business. So maybe you have to compromise on a little bit like name of the school in case you try unschooling. So you can have many options. Like not, you may not get the school of your choice, but surely somebody will have it.
But in our case, we got it.
So,
So Ansh, you have been a veteran almost now. Huh? Twice you have joined back school. So you want to share your experience?
My sharing, okay, so my experience. So I can share my experience like after 7th when I joined in 8th standard. So it's a school called La Martiniere, uh, and it's an all boys school. So when I joined the school, people were surprised that no child is admitted in 8th standard in that school. Only nursery they are accepting admissions, and in the 8th standard they only accept boarders. So everyone in my class thought that कुछ तो गड़बड़ है इसके अंदर, कुछ तो किया है इसने प्रिंसिपल के साथ. तो मैंने कहा मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. Like I showed my portfolio, they didn't believe me कि तुमने कुछ तो किया है उसके साथ. तो मैंने कहा अच्छा ठीक है मैंने किया कुछ उसके साथ. So no one was ready to listen कि क्यों हुआ. They thought कि नहीं बस ये कुछ तो किया है. So it was joining school was and making friends there was not at all difficult for me. Just a few like when you are just new to the school and you don't know anybody, and the person who is just sitting right next to you talks to you about your life and all, the school in which you were. तो ज्यादा लोग मुझसे पूछते थे स्कूल में एंड द टीचर्स आल्सो कि 7th स्टैंडर्ड में कौन से स्कूल में थे. मैं कहता था मैं सीएमएस हूं, यहाँ का कोई एक देयर इज अ स्कूल आल्सो हियर. क्योंकि अगर मैं बोलूंगा आई वाज होम स्कूल्ड, मेरे को कुछ नहीं, पूरा आधा घंटा मैं उनको समझाऊंगा, फिर उनको लगेगा बस खत्म.
ये कहाँ है? And they don't know what is it. They ask me, where is homeschool? Like, where is it located in Lucknow? We're like, no, it's not located. It's not a school. We explain them. It takes us another half an hour to explain what homeschooling is about and what we do.
Because in my class, there were 57 students. अगर मैं एक को बताऊंगा वो दूसरे के पास जाएगा, दूसरा मेरे पास आएगा, फिर पूरा टाइम मेरे इसी में निकल जाता है पूरे स्कूल में कि मैं बताऊं कि मैं था कौन सा स्कूल में. So now I have a straight away answer. कौन सा स्कूल में? I'm like I'm from CMS. बस हो गया. And there's no more questions to me. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I think we all find our own shortcuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shaktivel is just reminding. He's reminding of a movie called Captain Fantastic. Okay, all of us have seen that movie. Yes, and so maybe he's reminded seeing you all of Captain Fantastic.
We don't live in a forest.
Yeah, I mean, different kind. It doesn't have to be, yeah. So amazing. Yeah, so thank you very much. I think we can just close the session with some message that you have, Munish and Angelina, for any parents who are thinking of or just starting their journey of unschooling or open learning. If you have a little message for them, what would your message be?
Yeah. So I think
Okay, I'll start. I'll start with that. If you have any doubts, go ahead with your doubts, but do try homeschooling. It is going to add on the doubts and clear more doubts. So I would suggest just go ahead. It is going to add beautiful memories in your life, and it will transform your child and you also, for sure.
yeah, I would say life is mystery actually, and there's no clear cut paths, and it will never be like, "Acha, ye clear hai, we'll move forward." So it's like there are a lot of people. You just try whatever comes to your mind and path. Life is all a journey, and fears will always be there. More fears will come up. Some fears may go, but there are a lot of people to support you. That I assure you. In case you choose this unschooling or whatever path, you rather, I would say, the path of your choice. Let it be anything. So there'll be many people who'll come on the way to support you. So I think, yeah, go with your doubts and enjoy your life.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a small quote which says, "It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it."
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
perfectly put.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's what I can see in Ansh and Radhika. It's worth it. Yeah. So thank you very much, and thank you very much for everybody to join our session. And we continue our Saturday webinars to bring different people who have taken this lovely path of being self-driven, self-directed, and exploring from inside out, as Munish and Angie pointed out. So thank you very much, with the reminder that next Saturday we will meet a child who is no more a child now. He is almost 19 or 20. His name is Sahil, and he has not given any 10th, nor 12th, nor college. He's living his life, I would say 200%. So we will meet Sahil with his mom next Saturday. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
If anybody has a question about Arohi or specific to open learning in terms of how do you work, I can still stay around for some time and answer your questions. Otherwise, yeah, we can close the session. So thank you very much. Thank you, Ansh. Thank you, Radhika.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ratnesh. Bye. I love you.
Yeah, thanks, Saraswati. And just
Bye.
bye. If anybody has a question to me about Arohi, you can ask me. I'm still around for 5-10 minutes. Uh, yeah, you can ask me in chat or you can come on mic. That's absolutely fine. People who are new to unschooling or open learning and would like to ask something, or people who are new to Arohi, you can ask me questions.